What up, dude? Welcome to the Boss Up Ball Out podcast, your home for organic debate about Detroit Lions news and rumors. It's your man, Curt Still. Happy Victory Tuesday, baby. On today's show, we recap and react to the Lions' 40-34 victory over the San Francisco 49ers on Monday Night Football. But first, do us a quick favor. Like the video, share the video, comment on the video. All these things help us get this content to more Detroit Lions fans like yourself. If you like the channel and you like the content, subscribe to the channel. It's free. If you haven't done so already, it's free. It's $3.99 at 50 cents. And we're on our way to 3,000 subscribers, and we're currently at 2623. So, do the thing, man. Hit that subscribe button. Get the notification so you know when you get that fresh content from us right here on the Bustle Ball Out podcast. Now it's time to bring in my co-host. You know what I'm saying? I know we are running on fumes this morning, but first up, man, because he got a gang of kids in his house, and he coach kids, and he cook meals, and he all that other stuff he does down there in Jackson, Michigan, man. It's the Wolf of Lion who?
Coach Mike Jones. What's going on, Lion fans?
Yeah, man. And y'all already know who it is, man. You know what I'm saying? He's the black Mr. Green Jeans because he farms them yams all year round. Because, what I'm saying, that's that ladies' pet, the bitch regret UAC nothing yet. The highest player from the Himalayas, LL Cool Toast. What's going on, my dude?
Happy Victory Tuesday, y'all. I put some on my story for you, Curt, if you ain't seen it yet.
I ain't seen it yet. I'll go check it out. I'll definitely go check it out. All right, so just real quick, man. Y'all know how we get down. If you're new to the channel, what we do on this channel, we look at Detroit Lions news headline or take. If we agree, we say they are bossed up. If we disagree, we say they are balled on. And we give our reasons why we agree or disagree. No hot takes here, just our true thoughts and opinions. You don't get no Stephen A type of content here, no Skip Bayless type of content here. You're going to get our true thoughts and opinions about what's going on with our favorite team, the Detroit Lions. We're going to tell you, we're going to give you the real from Lions fans. So that's what we do here on our channel. But real quick, let's just kind of our thoughts on the game last night. It kind of went left real quick. And it was like, you know what? You gotta give the ball to the man, let him do his thing. It became a shootout real fast, and I was like, "Oh, well, I already know what we gotta do now." So, and they was, the offense responded, and then the defense, they turned it around in the second half, but it was a little shaky at first. I'm like, man, shit, San Francisco came, and this is why I say you don't rest on your laurels, man. Because the 49ers was coming out to blow us out of the water. They was coming to win that game. They was trying to boat race our ass. And I'm like, yeah, we could. Yeah. I don't see Dan Campbell, him and the Lions, this team and this regime aren't a lay down type team. They don't care if the game was meaningless or it didn't, factor into what's going on, in the big picture. They were trying to embarrass us, and we were like, hell no. Nah. But I think it was a good game, for the offense, and defense played good in spurts. But overall, I think the team win 14 wins on the season. I made a couple predictions yesterday, and it kind of came to fruition, you know what I'm saying? But we'll get into that later on when we talk about this thing. But what's your thoughts on the game, LL? Just overall in general, watching that game.
Good game to watch, man. Yeah, like they started out kind of hot. That was a little that was a little unexpected just because, it's the 49ers and stuff. But, we walked them on down and, figured some stuff out. I like the adjustments that were made. And I like the turnovers. I don't know if I said it I don't know if I called them by name, if I said snatch and grab last show, but, hopefully I did. But yeah, thankful for the return of those guys. Everybody just, looking good. We end up getting some, some pressure and some things like that. So, but offensively, of course, we gonna talk all about that. We just, like you said, it was at one point, they just said, all right, well, this is what it's gonna be, and we turned that heat up on them.
Yeah, definitely. What do you think about the game? You was making some faces there, Coach Jones. What you got?
I was making some faces, man, because man, that game was a little bit more than what we expected, and you know what? But we went out there and we went out there fighting, and it was one little questionable call in that game, man, by Riverboat Dan, man. I was like, oh, no. I'm like, cause and my dad, he messaged me that little BS through the game, trying to wish us bad luck on the low. But man, he didn't kick that field goal, man. And I was like, oh no, it's just
Oh,
just,
you
just
when they were 4-on-4 down there and then near the goal
yeah,
line. Okay,
yeah.
I
I'm,
got you.
I'm like, I'm like, here we go. Just he did something just so my dad could send me another text. I'm like, oh, you know what, man? Okay, okay. But you know what? All in all, we handle business and business, not business. We handle business. So
Yeah, for real, for real. All right, let's look at what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about Lions offense versus 49ers, of course, the defense as well. And then Coach Jones is going to name the boss up, all out, and balled on players of the game. But, let's talk about this offense, man, because it turned into a shootout real fast in in San Francisco and Santa Clara last night. So let's look at it. Jared Goff was in JG mode. Okay, what do I mean by that? Man, if he just playing his all right game, you know what I'm saying? He Jared Goff. But when he turned it up like he did last night, that's when he turned to JG. And he was in JG mode last night. Man, when it turned into a shootout, I was like, uh-oh, here he go. All right, so 26 to 34, 303 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and a quarterback rating of 132.4. Here's the stat that kind of that and they showed the graphic of this last night that kind of set this game apart as far as what he's been doing recently. 7 games. He has 7 games this season, including the one last night, with a completion percentage of 75% or above, with 2 passing touchdowns and no interceptions. Which is second behind only Tom Brady with 8 and Matt Ryan with 6. And both of those players, when they had those seasons, they were MVPs that season.
And neither one of them won a Super Bowl in those seasons.
Say again?
Neither one of them won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, neither one of them Super Bowl season. So I'll take a Super Bowl over MVP. But here's my thing. Goff did his thing. He played under control, pinpoint throws. It wasn't like he was throwing into tight coverage where it could have been picked. It was just like he was making some pinpoint accurate throws last night. And he was just on his game. Goff was just, and the 49ers had the 3rd ranked pass defense in the league coming into that game. And I know it had some guys out, but it is what it is. You play who you got. They're going to say the same thing about us. So we're going to say the same thing about them. You play who you got, and you got to play against who's on the field. So Goff was doing his thing. He was lighting those cats up, spreading the ball all around. I think I even seen Allen Robinson have a catch. Didn't he have a catch on the sideline? Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
A nice play down the field. So, JG was in JG doing JG things last night. And then another big day for Jahmyr Gibbs, man. He was supersonic again yesterday. In the prediction show yesterday, that's why I said it, because, Curt, I'm going to talk my talk, and because I'm walking my walk, you know what I'm saying? I said yesterday, take the over on Jahmyr Gibbs having 94.5 rushing yards. 18, 170, 117, 6.5 yards per carry, and a touchdown. That 30-yard touchdown late in the game in the 4th quarter sealed the win for the Lions. Had another 46 yards as a receiver on 4 catches. I mean, he just proved once again that he can handle the RB1 role. And I don't know if you guys saw it post game. Someone one of the fans in the crowd threw him a Sonic the Hedgehog plush animal, stuffed animal. So somebody, a fan gave it to him. You know what I'm saying? They do that, man. I was a couple years ago when I was when Jamal Williams was still on the team. Like somebody had made him like a anime poster and like had gifts for him. Yeah, gave it to him in pregame. So, but 163 all-purpose yards is a nice day at the office for my man Josh. He did his thing last night. Okay, and then the 2 wide receivers, right? Jameson Williams had 2 tutties last night, man, on 77 yards receiving. I think he had 2 yards rushing because that he lost some yards on another play, and then that touchdown was pretty short anyway. But that put him at over 1,000 yards, all-purpose yards for the season. and he joins St. Brown and Sonic and Knuckles, of course, with 1,000 all-purpose yards in a season. This is the first time in NFL history. This is how potent this offense is. You have 4 players with 1,000 all-purpose yards in a season. That's crazy. 1,000 all-purpose yards in a season. 4 players have done it on the Lions just this season. And think about how many games David Montgomery has missed just in the last few games because of the injury, and he still got over 1,000 all-purpose yards.
Yeah.
J-Mo is only 33 yards away from joining St. Brown in the 1,000 yards receiving club this season. I mean, and then St. Brown did his thing too, because he gonna say Brown. 8 receptions for 60 yards in the tutty. The duo had over half of JG's 303 passing yards, almost half, excuse me. They had almost half with 137 yards combined. And here's my thing. They interviewed together with Scott Van Pelt after the game on SportsCenter. Okay, nickname people. We're going to have another pair of nickname if they keep balling out like that. Because you got the smash and grab, because I think that's what they call them over LAU, which is Kirby and BB. Of course, you got Sonic and Knuckles. And now you're going to have to come with another nickname for St. Brown and Waymo. Yeah. I mean, they balling. Yeah. I mean, think about this. We're going to have Jameson Williams is going to have 1,000 yards receiving, and he missed 2 games. He going old school when it was like 16 games and you was 15 games when you would get 1,000 yards in those games. So, is what it is, 16 games. All right, so the hook and ladder, man, I like to play. But again, Ben Johnson is straight disrespectful, man. It's just straight, man. You know what? We're just gonna do this, man. We get a first down, we get a touchdown. We're just gonna run it, and it is what it is. And then shout out to my man Saint, because you know what Saint did, right? If you ain't see it on his touchdown, my man St. Brown did the belt to ass celebration on the camera. He thinking back, whooping the camera. I'm like, yeah. Now I have to say this. I'm gonna lean it close to this. Red Warner, watch your mouth and mind your business. The belt to ass celebration is our stuff. Don't be talking about Dan. He gonna belt to ass Dan Campbell. Boy, you don't know who Dan Campbell is? Boy, you better. What? Hold on. Boy, we the belt to ass kings over this thing. Boy, don't make me act up on you. Red Warner, talking about you gonna belt the ass Dan Campbell, boy. You ain't big enough for that. You ain't big enough for that. But what do you guys think about the offense, man? I think a great overall performance for the offense, man. They run the ball. They just did what they wanted to do. Yeah. I mean, they had the one turnover on downs when they passed the ball, but Jack Fox again just chilled. I mean, Jack Fox went out there, held some field goal attempts, man. Rough day for Jake Bates, block extra point, missed field goal, but he came through when he needed to. 58-yard field goal, man. Because what's that? Somebody always got it worse. That was a rough day for him, but Jake Moody had a woo. But what do you guys think about what's going on with our offense, man? I'll go to you first, Coach Jones, man. You're the defensive guy. So what do you think about how our offense played?
You know what? What's funny is if David Montgomery didn't get hurt, we would have 4 players over 1,000 yards. And that's and I'm not talking about just yards from scrimmage. I'm talking about we'd have 2,000-yard rushers and then 2,000-yard receivers. That's bananas. I don't even know how that. I don't know, man. But all I know is, Ja, he did his Ja thing, and he's giving people more confidence that, you know what, if something if David Montgomery didn't come back, he can handle the load. And Jay Jizzle, I'm not there's no Jared Goff here, LL. It's Jay Jizzle. Cause he did his thing, man. And you know what? All those tight window throws he was making, cause he made about 4 or 5. I'm talking about tight window throws. Where the defender was like right here, and and we was right here, and he threw it like right here, and I'm like, wow. I'm like, okay, Jay, I mean, you feeling yourself today, bro. But all in all, man, I'm just glad the offense was able to keep pace. They didn't punt. Like I don't think the 49ers punted either. So
Mm-mm.
they just they kept neck and neck, and I'm glad that Ben Johnson called the game he called, man. I know I give him a lot of flack here because he don't stick to the script sometimes, but that was another game that it was necessary for Ben Johnson to get creative and reaching his bag and uh, brush that off real quick. So all in all, man, I'm glad the Lions did what they did, man. It was no punts. I don't know if that's a
Yeah.
good thing or a bad thing, but it was no punts.
And it was down the middle again as far as play calling. 34 passes, 33 rushes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you look at that, that's pretty even kill. I mean, and shout out to the other guys, man, that came in and spelled Jameer Gibbs because this wasn't him by himself. I
Go
mean,
Craig.
Craig Reynolds and Jamar Jefferson, them guys contributed. I like what happened on that offense yesterday. And like you said, man, when I say, man, that was a JG performance, man. That wasn't a Jared Goff or a Jared Goose. That was Goffense all day. He was lighting it up, man, and he was doing his thing.
He was threading some tight window throws too.
And LL, because you can now I know you can say he didn't put the ball in harm's way. Like it wasn't like a play where he was just like he threw. So I can admit sometimes he'll be slinging that thing and he just make a play where it's like, man, why the hell did you make that throw? Didn't do that last night. So what do you got, LL, on the offense and your big homie Jay Jizzle?
I don't know who that is. I know who Jared Goff is. He had a really good game. But like I said, that man Supersonic, showed out again. Looked real good doing it. We got to see Sam Laporta. We got to see St. Brown. We got to see even Jameson. We got to see everybody, man. Kwame Tim Patrick. I have some complaints, but I ain't gonna, air them today. Actually, I just mentioned it. No deep shots at all, but we ain't need it. It don't seem like. But the offense, kept pace. So when we could actually trip them up, we could, do what we need to do. And that's all that pretty much happened. One thing, I'll be glad if they never ever give Jamar Jefferson the ball on the goal line again. Stop doing that. Just give it to him somewhere else on the field, just not that close, because he don't like the goal line. He don't. Whatever. Y'all saw what happened, but overall, just good offensive game, man. I don't know if they're gonna count that against him, but Penei Sewell might have gave up his first sack. But other than that, man, we hit the guys where we need to hit them. When they Jameer Gibbs come out of the backfield, when right in people's chest plate and people right in their ribs. These is some well coached gentlemen out there. Like they doing it. How some people would say it's supposed to be done. So just a good offensive game, man. It was good to see they hung a 40 piece on them. I didn't. Well, it was only 3 points away from what I said, but but whatever. I don't need, all that. But just good game, man. Good game to y'all friend, good game to my friend, good game to everybody's friend all the way around.
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking at this game and I'm like, yeah, the offense is gonna be what we need to go have to ride until we can get more pieces back. And we'll talk about that right before we get into this. Well, first of all, like the video, share the video, comment on the video. All these things help us get this content to more Detroit Lions fans like yourself. Hit an emoji, man. Put an emoji in the comments, man, in the chat. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Just a little something, man. And we appreciate you right here at the Boss Up All Our Podcast. All right, now it's time to switch time to over to the defensive side of the ball, man, because man, it got interesting in that second half, man. So what you got, LL?
Yeah, man. Second half only gave up 13 points as you eloquently stated, but they gave up 21 in the first half. Well, of course, it's a tale of two halves as we have up there. And that's pretty much it. First half, they jumped out. That's kind of the theme. You see that usually teams will take the ball first to score to have us, in trail position. But, this time we actually deferred and they ended up scoring first anyway. So, good job on them for trying to hold, what's it called? Hold serve. But, luckily we did Our defense stepped up and helped us out. And pressure burst pipes or burst pipes. It could also make a diamond depending on who you asking. But this time around, that pressure ended up getting to old Brock Purdy over there. He ended up, some quarterbacks, they a thing of theirs is to miss high. I guess that's one of his, and he missed high twice. Threw it right to our guy. Well, he missed high once and threw it straight to Kirby, hitting right between the 3 and the 1. The other one, Kirby just jumped it, and and brought it on back for us. Look good, and that's leading right into return of smash and grab on both of those, or on 2 of those instances. We got to see Brian Branch with the sack. Brian, he was out there tackling and making good plays, and then we also got to see Kirby Joseph on the back end, cleaning everything up. Some guys got beat. Terry Arnold was out there looking pretty bad. I don't know what was happening. Ricky Pearsall was just out there, butt naked, as they call it. He had people 10 yards away and 10 yards close to him. But on the other side, Meek Robinson held his own, man. Little Meek was getting in there. Made the play, an excellent play with the back of his helmet. How his G's do. But and even if he was out there and had a couple real nice tackles, and that's the thing that kind of, I would say that I noticed the change from half to half is tackling. The second half we tackled a whole lot better. Maybe they was tired, maybe we was hitting them a little too hard, and they want to get hit as hard in the second half. But that was the adjustment that I saw, was tackling improved, and we saw what ended up happening, man. Ended up with a victory on our side. What do you guys think?
Yeah, you definitely get bossed up for me on those takes. And shout out to my man St. Brown again. He was doing that blade dance at the post game interview with Scott Van Pelt.
One thing about that, if I could say, it was a bad look because they showed the fans and nobody was doing it. I'm like,
they but you gotta look at the people
they're all from Royal Oak. They're from Royal Oak.
Yeah, look at who's in the crowd, right? You know what I'm saying? Them 6 Mile brothers went up to kick it. But anyway, for me on that defense, man, the 2 interceptions by Kirby just changed that tone of the game, especially that first one in the second half, man. We all know that the 49ers, they came out, blew the doors off, man. But those key takeaways, man, the Lions, and once they got those takeaways, they knew the 49ers couldn't stop them on offense. So the defense stepped up. Those 2 takeaways, man, my man, Kirby Joseph, get the chef's kiss on that one. It just those turnovers and the takeaways, it just made it hard for the Niners to win. And that sack by Brian Branch was huge on Brock Purdy, man. Knocked him out the game. The Lions safeties, man, they were all over the place. I think if he was making some good tackles, he still got to get his sea legs under him in coverage, because George Kittle was cooking. He was cooking. Yes, well, that dude George Kittle was getting it. But I think that for me, I just think that Kirby Joseph, as he plays more, he'll get his sea legs. He'll be all right. Shout out to Reese. Maybe he made some good plays. He definitely got cooked, man. But his first game back. But he was on it. He was the guy who brought the pressure on that Miles Adams sack. So because he pushed the guard down, and then that just left the gate open for Miles Adams. So and then Brian Branch is gonna let you know, man, you're gonna feel it when he hits you. And Juwan, and I would say this, you didn't hear Juwan Jennings' name. Meek Robinson traveled with him most of the game. You didn't hear Juwan Jennings' name most of the game. I mean, Meek was out there doing his thing. What you got, LL?
Juwan Jennings got slapped. Did y'all see that?
By Brian Branch. Yeah, man, he got that 15-yard penalty.
That was
he pulled
that was Sub-Zero.
He pulled braces. No, okay, yeah. Oh, he in the back of the end zone. Yeah, I remember that.
It was like he wanted to slap him so bad, but not get a fine for it. Because it was funny.
Kirby let him know, man, don't mess with my rook, man. And
look what happened. He ended up getting a 15-yard penalty for protecting this guy. Ended up protecting this guy, and then came back with 2 of them. You know what I'm saying? That's how we do, man.
The Murray Hank celebration took me back, man, because that was kind of my team when Jerry Rice. I love Jerry Rice. That was my favorite player of all time. That's a non-Lion, so I used to watch him back in the day on that team. So Merton Hanks was a character. That was a great celebration by Kirby. But that the defense, man, they just stepped up, man. I just believe that second half they turned that thing around, and they were tackling better, and And that touchdown at the end of the game, I really don't count that because that was just, man, they were just like, yeah, come on, man, you gonna score? You can score now. I mean, like,
I would have liked them to stop him. I wanted them to stop him, but
yeah. But the alopecia guy gonna do his thing, man. Josh Dobbs, he always gonna get you a touchdown somewhere. so what you got, man? What you got?
I'm not messing with Curt on that one.
Right.
You know what? I will say that I think we played zone a little bit too much. And the reason why I know we was playing zone is because I see a deep shot, and then that one safety didn't move. He just stood there like this. So that means they was playing zone. Man, I think I don't know what AG was so scared of playing that zone, but I think I know they didn't play it the whole game, but I just think they played that zone a little bit too much because they was getting us, man. They was getting us because we
White
was playing
Lightning
zone.
made them do it.
Yeah, they was just finding a soft spot so they could sit down in the zone, and Kittle was just eating, and that and Pearsall, and they was just finding the spots, man, and when when Lions is playing zone and when they're playing man, because when they're playing man, you see people running with people. When you see zone, when you see zones, when you see people standing in one spot, kind of guarding that area, that's like, oh, here we go with this stuff. But you know what? I'm happy though, man. Kirby got his 2 picks, man. You know what? I got an autograph. That I might put up just to see, just a little tester out there. From Kirby, Golden Tate, Marvin Jones. Man, I got a little hat with some ciggies on it. Man, I might go and put that out there and see what that's like.
They're gonna offer you $350. They're gonna offer you about $350.
I see, man. But you know what? The defense, man, they struggled. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even gonna hold you up. I thought they would get a few more. I thought they needed a few more sacks. They only got 2, and that was good enough. I thought they needed at least 3 or 4, but they had steady pressure, man. And again, Jack Campbell is just, man, he's just a silent killer, man. Again, nine tackles, 9 total tackles, 4 solo. Brian Brandt, 7 tackles, 4 solo. Terry Arnold, 6 tackles, and they all was solo tackles. They was just all over the field, man, and it was rough. And but it gave me confidence that, you know what, Ben Johnson's on his game, and and we're gonna just score and score and score, and we'll stop you when it need be. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna stop you and shut you down, but we'll stop you when we need to. And that's what they did, because that 13 points in the second half was key. Was very key, because we scored 27 in that second half, and they only scored 13. So
yeah. Hey, like the video, share the video, comment on the video. All these things help us get this content to more Detroit Lions fans like yourself, man. Now it's time to look at our boss up, ball out, and ball on players of the game. Coach Jones, what you got, brother?
Yes, sir. So, Jake Jizzle, 26 at 34 for 303 yards, 3 tutties. I say tutties now because I'm a coach and the kids say that. 3 tutties, no interceptions, and a 132.4 passer rating. Man, I don't even know I forgot how many games you said, Curt, that he didn't have just 100 and a plus, 100 plus. I think that's like a record. In a season
seven games with 75% completions, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions.
Yeah, and I want to know how many games he's had this year with over 100 passer rating. I think that's
that's crazy. It's up there. Yeah, I think it has to be over. It's like 10 or 11 or something like that.
Yeah, like that's bananas. That's bananas. That's LL friend. That's Curt friend. That's my friend. Chichu. Yeah, that boy be doing it, man. So also, Kirby Joseph with the 2 picks, man. Like, and he did the, he did the Merton Hanks.
So you was about to turn to a werewolf.
Yeah, man. He He did that, man. I had to Google the picture because their necks are so long. But
Yeah.
Merton Hanks had the longest neck of all time.
What's that dude down at Houston? He part giraffe. That quarterback. That quarterback down at Houston got a neck on him, boy.
Davis Mills,
man. That boy.
Okay.
Man,
I'm gonna have to check him out.
What? That if you talk about big forehead, that dude, man, I'm telling you, it take him an hour to swallow a pill. Go ahead.
All right. Well, yeah, out of those 6 tackles, 5 of them was solo. He had 2 picks, 2 passes defended. I mean, smash and grab. Smash and grab, then did it again.
And a chuck over the over the stands.
Yes, sir. Now, my ball-known player of the game, even though Kirby had a good game, and that line is secondary because, and that zone, playing that zone defense is on a tribute to some of that, but they allowed the passers to be 30 out of 40 for 400 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a 111.7 quarterback rating. Yuck. Secondary. Yeah. And you know what? I thought Iffy would be the guy who would kind of limit Kittle if he was getting balled on. Boy, he was like, if he go sit your ass down. Like George Kittle was out there doing. I'm like, man, because I thought that Kittle, like maybe his best years was behind him. Nope.
I mean, that's Kittle though.
Yeah, Kittle gonna ball. Kittle gonna ball. He got 1,000 yards receiving right this year. I think that's what he got in that game.
But, cross it on us.
I didn't like how that secondary looked, man. Against Ayukless 49er team, against a Christian McCaffrey-less 49er team, against a Jordan Mason 49er-less team, and they just.
I mean, but you got Jawan Jennings, you got Deebo Samuel, and George Kittle. And then he's had since he's started playing, after getting shot, he's Ricky old
White Lightning.
Ricky Ricky has been doing his thing. So yeah,
Ricky what they call him.
Yeah,
White Lightning. He was out there tearing it up. He pretty good. He from
what they call him, White Boy Rick.
I don't call him that. Hopefully, he ain't telling on nobody. If I could add, I guess.
Yeah, go ahead.
I would say, for mention on, I'm trying to say here for the bad one. I couldn't get it out right. The ball down.
Yeah,
is Terrion Arnold, man. He I would just say particularly him. I know it was more than just him, but particularly him.
I think he struggles in zone. I just think he's never been a zone corner. I mean, thinking about Alabama, he played man, and I just think that he struggles in that zone coverage because they was behind him, on the side of him, they're behind man, across the way from him, like wherever he was supposed to be. The receiver was wide open somewhere else.
And that's it. But just shout it because it was a little bit of him just being lost, but he was getting lost on some guys that will lose you. So
Yeah, definitely.
I just don't like that zone defense, man. I just don't like when you just.
I don't like
it
at all.
You've been calling for it though, Mike. You've been saying they need to play the zone because we can't play man.
Good mix of it, but it just depends on the team. Like what I'm saying.
Not good at it. They're just not good at it.
The matchups were terrible for zone coverage for us last night. It wasn't good at all. For me,
ball on.
Yeah. For offense, man, I definitely gotta add Jahmyr Gibbs, man. Honorable mention for my man Ja, man. He did his thing, 163 all-purpose yards and a tutty yesterday. And Waymo, man, I can't, man. We got to get Waymo his 33 yards early, man, because I want to see him get his 1,000 yards receiving for the season. But on defense, like you talk about Jack Campbell and Brian Branch, man. Those guys brought some good things to the defense as well. And shout out to the young fella, man. Like the people don't know his name, but Miles Adams that's one of the guys, man.
Yeah,
he's been playing good, man. I like what Miles Adams bringing, so I think he should be getting a more rotation up there with DJ Reader. What you got, Ella?
Have y'all noticed one thing about Jack Campbell? And I know this is gonna sound stupid because they all run from each other, but people run differently from Jack Campbell. Like, have y'all noticed that? Like, I think it was Jawan Jennings. It was like it was in the flat or whatever it was, and like somebody had him by the legs, and you see Jawan Jennings, like he almost like jump and spin. I thought he was about to like tear his leg
Lord
off,
Jesus,
like to get away from. And Jack Campbell, he still hit him, but he did that to get away from Jack
I
Campbell.
remember that because it was Taylor Arnold had his legs and man.
But it's game
like,
by game.
Oh
it's game by game. It's people run from that dude, dog. I know, like I said, I get it. You run because he's a defender, but no, they running a little different.
Yeah, psycho, man. Jack Campbell. I know he talking about. He looked up. His eyes got to be. Oh Lord!
I told you if you ain't tackled yet, you better hurry up and get down because somebody's coming to lay you down.
Get out and lay down.
Yeah, definitely. Hey man, if you don't do so already, man. Make sure you follow us on your favorite social media platforms. My man, Coach Jones, does a great job over there at Wolverine Sports Talk, man. Go check him out on all of his social media platforms. And then check him out on the Beyond the Ropes playlist on this channel as well, talking about some boxing, man. We got a big fight coming up in Flint, coming up on February 2nd. The home girl, Clarissa Shields from the Fire Inside. She's going for the Undisputed Heavyweight Championship on February 2nd. So make sure you check that out. You know what I'm saying? All right. Then, of course, I post content from this channel on all of my social media platforms, and of course LL Cool Toys. I gotta go check out what he got, the special gift he got for me over there, Mr. Yam Farmer Extraordinaire. So now it's time for parting shots, man. Thank you for starting your work day with us. If you're working today on this special New Year's Eve edition of the Boss Hog Ball Out podcast, if you don't, man, enjoy your family. Just chill out, man. Just, you know what I'm saying? Enjoy some good football today on New Year's Eve. Some college football playoffs, and then the big games tomorrow. Continuing that the playoffs. So, but parting shots today, what you got, LL?
Happy Victory Tuesday to everybody who celebrates. In the illustrious words of Booker T, Sam Darnold, Minnesota Vikings, we coming for y'all. V words, but good win. On to the next one. This one is we got to get that big win. If tomorrow's the new year, so soak y'all beans today. If you got your ham bone, get that ready to go in them beans and all that good stuff. You call it whatever you do for tomorrow. You need your beans, your green, and your gold. So for bring that good fortune into the new year. So happy New Year, happy Victory Tuesday, and on to the Vikings, man.
Yeah. Man, Booker T. That's right, sucker. All right, what you got?
I don't know what Curt talking about, but the big game is today. Michigan versus Alabama. That's the big game around here, around my house, around the Wolverine household. No, I'm just playing with you, man. But hopefully Michigan handles their business, man. This is the last game that we're gonna have a subpar offense and quarterback. So do y'all thing, man. Hopefully y'all take down that Crimson Tide so I can call my daddy and talk some more trash. But you know what? I just want to say the table is set. Okay, the table is set. Sunday night football, 8:20 p.m. Number 1 seed is on the line. Lions, Vikings, let's go. We got the Lions going up against the Purple People Eaters, and we're gonna see how I get down. And my dad was talking some. Oh man, y'all could lose that. Y'all might lose. Y'all, man.
Ask him what's his team record. Ask him what's his team record.
Yeah, exactly.
0-2 versus the Lions.
He didn't switch. He didn't switch over to the top. I'm a Texan now.
The Cowboys and the Texans are 0-2 versus the Lions this season. So,
my thoughts on Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, he was trying to wish that bad mojo on us, man. On the low.
For real. Hey, all right. So for me, definitely on this New Year's Eve, man, hope everyone has a great and prosperous new year. Start the year off right, man. Do something different this year, you know what I'm saying? And stick with it. Create a new habit, for yourself and for your life, man, and keep at it, man. But as far as the Lions, man, a record 14 wins on the season, and we're gonna go for 15 next week. So I'm loving it. With this team right here, and we're not scared of anybody because we got the firepower to play with anybody in this league, and we're just gonna put up points and put up points and put up points. If we gotta outscore you, we gotta outscore you. If we can get a couple stops like we did last night, we'll do that too. But you know how it is, man. But hey, do your man Curt Steele a favor, man. Enjoy the new year, enjoy your family, and whatever you're doing in life, you got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. Well, my fellas, LL Cool Tones and Coach Mike Jones, this is Curt Steele, and we will holla at you real soon.